Flying Marmot here. Can't fly it, I'm not a marmot, but I can talk about time travel. Probably more than most people want to hear, but we'll find out. Fun lesson, Marmoteers. Cold air makes things brittle, especially plastic. So you may think I'm talking about time travel because I want to be able to go back and fix this thing, prevent it from getting broken in the first place. But that's not the kind of time travel we're going to talk about. I'm going to start with my favorite, also the hardest to write, and that is the good old predestined paradox. Yes, indeed, the closed time-like curve. Time happens once and only once, and all of the time travel that will happen has happened. What, you may ask, is a closed time-like curve? It's just mathy speak for time travel, but specifically time travel where you get to describe the events circling back on themselves to exactly the same point. We're using good old space-time coordinates, so if I'm at coordinates x, y, z at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I try to go there again, if I wasn't already there, I can't have gotten there, because I wasn't there. Every point happens once and only once. Or another way of saying it is, if you're at the same place at the same time, you would have seen yourself there. The example for movies, I think, is probably Terminator, just because there's that nice, clean, predestined paradox. It's a good one. Of course, every other movie really destroys it, and that's something that a lot of fiction does. Like Harry Potter, Prisoner of Azkaban. Really nice, really tidy. Why don't they use the time turner to take care of Voldemort? That's easy, because they didn't. All uses of time travel were predestined paradox or nothing. Which means that I hear the cursed child does some stuff with that, so kind of like later Terminators, the whole thing goes, I don't know. Okay, Marmoteers, we have added sound. We've got a random tone when each light comes on. We've got a charging noise. And then, of course, when it fires. Now, since everything's speed dependent, we can also speed it right up. Or slow it right down. Of course, it sounds weirdest at the edge cases. But what I am most happy with is the chaos. We've added a little more frequency range. Now, if that doesn't sound like a computer, what does? Maybe I've been listening to it for too long, but this new modification I'm kind of starting to like. Charged. Fire. Even when we cut it down. Might want to make that charge noise a little less busy, but maybe I'm going to stick to the Atari punk vibe. Of course, the real problem with all that predestined paradox stuff is you start thinking about it too much, you go full Dr. Manhattan. Wait, the future is defined, the present is defined, the past is defined, there's no free will, man. But, you don't have to think about it that way. You can anchor it the same way as you would the past. We already know what happened in the past. It doesn't mean we necessarily have to say no one had a choice then. So, just because the future happened to loop back and touch the present, and therefore all of that is sort of the past to the present, and it therefore has all already happened, doesn't mean that there weren't choices made. Just that they're all interrelated and interconnected, and it's really weird. But anyway, on that note, stay fuzzy, Marmoteers. I'll catch you next time.